everybody doing good. So in the last video, we seen about my introduction, how many experience how many year of experience I have, and what are the technology I worked. So today we are going to talk about Microsoft Fabric, kind of introduction about that. So Microsoft Fabric Services is nothing but its integrated environment, which will help to do all data analytics related work. So let's started with this Microsoft document, and I will try to explain in simple words, so that case like everybody will feel more comfortable and understand this. So pretty much, so these documents available in Microsoft document site. Particularly, if you have the Microsoft account, you can log in and you can go ahead and proceed with the training. You can go with the learning and then training page. From the training page, you can see a lot of services. Kind of these all the services. Sorry, these are the documents. First, starting with end-to-end analytics of data Lakehouse and Microsoft Fabric, and then related to all even how we can use Apache Spark in Microsoft Fabric services, and then what are all the what is meant by Delta Lake, how to use a Delta Lake in Microsoft Fabric, and then how to use the data factory services in Microsoft Fabric. And other than that, we have data flows. If you people have the experience with the Azure Data Factory version 2, then you may know about the data flows, how to data mainly data flow used for all the ELT or ETL process. So that how to use the data flow in Microsoft Fabric. And then we have one more, we have much more like how to build the data warehouse concept in Microsoft Fabric. And then another concept like how to create the lake house with medallion architecture. That means the medallion architecture is nothing but how to build your enterprise architecture, kind of bronze layer, silver layer, and curated layer. So the bronze layer nothing but just a raw layer, and derived layer is nothing but you can implement your business logic, and the curated layer will be your data warehouse concept, like kind of fact and dimension will be there. So these are all so these are the explanation and documents very well explained by Microsoft, and you can feel free to go through these documents. If you have the Microsoft account, then you can create that. If you don't have, then you can create your own account now and go with learning. So let's start with the introduction of Microsoft Fabric, and I will try to explain you what is meant by Azure Fabric services. So the introduction perspective, the foundation of Microsoft Fabric is a lakehouse, which is built on top of the one lake scalable storage layer and uses Apache Spark SQL components, engine, big data processing. A lakehouse is a unified platform that combines flexible and scalable storage, the ability to query and analyze data of warehouse data warehouse. So it is nothing but what they are trying to say here. So the Microsoft Fabric services integrated environment with Azure, and it is integrated with all the data analytics related components. Azure, it is kind of combined package service. It is having Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse Analytics. In Azure Synapse Analytics, you can able to use Azure SQL Server as well as Spark dedicated pool. And then on top of that, you have the ability to create Azure Synapse Analytics model as well, cube model. And then in the later days we can use to call Azure Analyze Services. Even in older version of SQL servers, we have Azure like we have SQL Server Analyze Services. Both in that, I think we have two different models, a dimensional model as well as tabular model. So the cloud perspective, it's supporting like a tabular model. So it is kind of in cloud we can Azure Analyze Services means you can consider as a tabular model. So the tabular model itself, we have two types. One is in memory mode and another one is directory mode. So in memory mode is nothing but your entire data will be saved in cube level storage, and if it's the directory mode, Every time whenever you are requesting any accessing the table or accessing the filters or accessing the measurement, each and every time it will fetch the data from your table directly. So there is no temporary, there is no in-memory technologies in direct query mode. And then if you go with yeah, and then on top of the Azure Online Services, we may build a Power BI report. And then based on the Azure Data Warehouse or your Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Lake, you may do machine learning services. So machine learning services also available as part of Azure Fabric environment, no, Azure Fabric package. So let's go with this. I will try to explain going one by one in coming videos, how we can, even we can go with some practical assessment. It will help to people to understand this. So imagine your company has been using a data warehouse to store structured data from its transactional system, such as order history, inventory level, or customer information. You have also collected unstructured data from social media, website logic, third party source, the sources that are difficult to manage and analyze using existing data warehouse infrastructure. Your company need directive to improve its decision making ability by analyze the data in various formats across multiple sources. So the company chooses Microsoft Fabric. In this model, we explore how Lakehouse microservices help processor scalable and startup flexible. You can query using. So this is, that's whatever I am said, right? Whatever I just now said, the same they are trying to written as a document. So this it's combination of all analytics services, all Azure data related services, uh, uh, combined packages. Yeah, Fabric, Azure, Microsoft Azure Fabric, Lakehouse. Let's go here. So Lakehouse is nothing but already if you have the experience with the Azure Data Lake storage, so the same things we are going to use. We are using the Data Lake services here, but we are calling it a one lake services in Azure Public Service, Azure Public. So if you see here in this image, the data lake, always the data lake means it is more, it can be scalable and flexible. Whenever we need, we can extend the storage size, and whenever we no need, we can reduce the storage size as well. And other than that, you can use all your big data components. That means like you can store unlimited data. Either it can be structured data, or it can be non-structured data, or it can be anything related to data. It may be the stream data, everything. So that is one of the lake support. And then on top of that, data warehouse. So data warehouse is nothing but building the structure of relational model. For example, you can consider as you have the your transaction tables in the transaction data in Lakehouse. So you need to build your own data warehouse. The data warehouse will have your fact and dimensions. So when you go for the fact and dimensions, you need to build the models. So when you go by the model, it can be a snowflake model or dimensional modeling. So I I hope people already have their understanding about the snowflake model and the dimensional model, and you know. So in data warehouse you can build any type of data model, structure model. So the Azure Fabric services supporting data warehouse as well. Okay, and then yeah, some of the benefits. So anyhow, Lakehouse use Spark and SQL engine to proceed large. So and support machine learning and predictive modeling analytics. So this is nothing but data Lakehouse is support for Spark. If you already work with Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks, your data ingestion via Data Factory will push the data into Azure Data Warehouse, Azure Data Lake storage. From the storage, you can use your Spark environment. You can build your for example, Spark context like Azure Spark data frame, or RDD, Spark RDD, or even Delta Lake concept. You can build on top of the data lake house. You can store your data, and you can read, and you can implement your business logic. Other than that, there are concept like machine learning concept we are using in Azure machine learning. So you can directly using Azure Azure Machine Learning Studio, you can directly read the data from Azure Data Lake Storage and build your learning model, Azure Machine Learning models on top of that, kind of predictive analytics. Even Azure Machine Learning supporting default services to build the machine learning models. So you can use that, or you can write your own Python code or Java code or Scala code to build your own predictive model. And then Lakehouse data is organized in schema on read format, which means you define the schemas needed rather than having the predefined schema. So it is nothing but the Lakehouse, the Azure Data Lakehouse is supporting structured schema as well as non-structured schema. You no need to when you read the data, you no need to build your structure. When you store the data, you can build your own structure and store that data in Lakehouse. And then Lakehouse support ACID properties. It is nothing but atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability, transaction through data lake format, tables, and data consistency and integrity. If the people have already experience with SQL Server, uh, it's starting from there, this ACID properties. Because if you do any transaction, the transaction should be complete properly before starting another transaction. Otherwise, the deadlock will happen. So that is what we are, the lake house as well as SQL servers. Everything is supporting ACID properties. That means it's nothing but, for example, you are inserting the data to the one table. So meantime, the same table, another using another user trying to update the table. So if you don't have the ACID property support in your in your environment, it will the table will get collapse. It may get a deadlock, and it will the data population or data transaction won't complete properly. So that means like ACID property is mandatory by default. This is supporting ACID properties as well. So it is nothing but no, transaction maintenance. Also, Lakehouse is a single location of data engineer, data science, and data analysis to access and use data. Yeah, already I told I said about this. When we talk about this, Lakehouse is nothing but the Azure Public Service is nothing but it's integrated environment for uh, usage of all data analytics related work. Data analytics works in the sense, first you need to build your data engineering concepts. For example, you need to understand, if first you need to decide what are the source you are going to read and what kind of sources and how we are going to read. It's kind of batch process or streaming process, or what is the frequency of batch read and write. So this is this all the concept we are calling as a data engineering. And then when it's coming to the data science, so using the same data whatever you developed by data engineer, then you need to you need to build your data science model using Azure Machine Learning Studio, or you can use Azure Python or sorry, Python SQL or Python RDD. Using Python code itself, you can do your own predictive analytics. You can build any model on top of that. So on the based on the data scientist, you may get out of the output of data scientist model, you will get some of the fact and tables that will use by data analytics. They will analyze the data based on the data science scientist or data engineer output. So data analytics mainly they will use reporting purpose. The data analysts the data analysts mainly use uh, mm, reports. That may be the Power BI report. Even in even in the Databricks concept, or in Azure Synapse Analytics Spark pool, you can see your you can build your basic level reports. So, data analysts also can use Lakehouse. So that is what they are saying. Like, it is a single location for data engineer, data science, and data analytics to access and use the data. Let's coming to the Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse. So this is what, like, it is supporting all the mm, you know all the data related works. And when it's coming to the Lakehouse, so it is supporting data flow gen 2 or based on the Power Query, and using Power XLR Power BI, visual representative of transformation and alternative to traditional programs. So it is nothing but the data lake is supporting data flow as well. It is mainly data lake house is a Gen 2 data lake storage. So yeah, let's go to the next. So if you see here, how to create and explore explore a lake house, they just explain about the mainly like how to create the lake house, and then how to create the semantic model, and then SQL endpoint. So using SQL endpoint, you can connect with any SQL servers. And lake house is, it is lake house is nothing but a lake house storage and metadata, where you interact with the files, folder, and the tables. Yeah. So you will create your own lake house. In the lake house, you can able to store your data, and you can create your metadata specific structure, what kind of data you are going to store, and what is that. Even if you want to build your folder structure, you build, table data. So in the, if you create folder structure, your folder specific access also you can provide to the specific users and specific departments. And the semantic model, it's no so it's automatically created data model based on the table in lakehouse. Power BI reports can be built from the semantic model. Yeah. So it is nothing but whenever you are storing the data in lakehouse, it is automatically built the semantic model. Its semantic model is nothing but it's contain, it is normal storage. You can, using Power BI, you can directly connect lakehouse and build your own Power BI report. In the Power BI report, you can go with the in-memory mode or directory mode. And then so most probably this is, semantic model with directly like if you are accessing semantic model with Azure Data Lake storage, then you need to build your Power BI as in-memory mode. That case, it will be more effective, and there won't be any performance issue. And on the SQL, yeah, another one is SQL endpoint is read only, through which you can connect query data and transact SQL. So if you want to like if you know, it will have the SQL endpoint. Using SQL endpoint, you can read from your SQL data warehouse. So you can able to read, but you cannot update the data directly. Only read, and then you can build your own logic to do any customization. So you can work with, we can work with data lakehouse in two models, two modes. One is lakehouse, and another one is SQL analytics endpoint. So if you see here, you can see lakehouse option and then SQL analytics endpoint. So in the SQL lakehouse is nothing but you can directly access your folders and data directly connecting with lakehouse information. And SQL analytics endpoint is nothing but you can use a SQL query to read, and when you read the multiple tables, you can build your own customization of SQL query. So these two endpoints, two modes available in uh, Azure Lakehouse as part of Azure Fabric services. So also there are no, as usual, like we have a lot of circuit services. It's supporting for access the data. And yeah, these are all, so if you see like mainly fabric item, like you can create you can use you can create the circuit use, to different storage account, and then fabric item and like data warehouse and KQL database and other like lake houses. So like you can create your circuit for storage account, and then using data warehouse, you can directly read the data from lakehouse. And other than that, it is supporting KQL databases as well, database queries as well. Yeah. So ingestion into data lakehouse, you can directly upload the data, and then using data flow gen 2 we can upload, and then you can use notebook, and then data factory pipelines. So if you already have the experience with Azure Data Factory, so whatever we are doing the ingestion process, everything we can do it no, we can do it in lakehouse. For example, if you already work with Azure Databricks Gen 2, then or Gen 1, you have the option to upload your data directly to portal. like you can upload as a folder or you can upload as a file. And yeah, this kind of storage you can use. You can directly upload. So same functionality supporting in Lakehouse, Azure Fabric Lakehouse as well. And then if you have the experience with Azure Data Factory, like data flow, so that is you can using data flow also you can read and write the data to Lakehouse. So the same functionality supporting here. And other than that, you can able to, if you use Azure Data Bricks, you can create your own notebook. That notebook can have the link with Delta Lake tables or directly storage, or you can create your own mount point. Using the mount point, you can able to read the data from Lakehouse and insert into like you can build your own business model. And even you can build your data model. So those kind of functionality as well supporting in Lakehouse. And pretty much data factory pipelines. So if you use a data factory for your ELT or ETL purpose, you can use a data factory and use store the data into Lakehouse and read and build your own predictive model or machine learning model or your data model. Everything you can do using data factory pipeline as well. So even you can build your own orchestration framework that can be read and write into Lakehouse. So this all the kind of all the data factory, data breaks, and data warehouse and machine learning and Power BI reporting, everything integrated and giving us a single package that is called Azure Fabric services. So similar like access, whatever we have the access to Azure Databricks to Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 access provision. So all the security method is applicable in Azure Fabric services. Yeah, so whatever we talk about, previously, so all the using Apache Spark notebook, concept, you can build your own notebook, and then you can build your business logic and read and write the data into Lakehouse. And other than that, we have the SQL Server, SQL Analytics endpoint. Using this, you can write your own SQL Server, SQL Analytics query, and you can do any filter or you can do any aggregate. You can perform any aggregate function. And yeah, the pretty much whatever we discussed earlier, same things they are talking about. And then they are talking about analyze and visualize data in Lakehouse. So pretty much so this exercise we will see in the next session. So that case you guys will feel more comfortable on the exercise model. So that case it will give you kind of practical experience. So if you look for this exercise, they will give step by step how to do the exercise. So it will be kind of pretty much easy to do this. And everybody, everyone will understand clearly. So in the next session, I will try to talk about, we will perform the basic testing, basic exercise. So that case, everybody, feel more comfortable on this. And yeah, pretty much. So it is in the, on summary level, I can try to explain you. So Azure Fabric Services is not the separate than Azure Data Lake Storage, Azure ADF, Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse Analytics, or Power BI. So it is nothing but integrated environment uh, provided by Microsoft. It's combination of all the data analytics and data related technology in single package. Kind of it is having Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Bricks, not Azure Data Bricks exactly. It is Azure Synapse Analytics. In Azure Synapse Analytics, you can able to perform SQL as well as Spark related works, and then Azure Online Services, and then Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Analytics, Azure Online Services, and then Azure Machine Learning, and then Power BI. So these are six to seven components package, integrated package as a Azure Fabric Services. So I hope everybody understand this. Feel free to share your command and No, if I need to improve anything, the explanation, feel free to comment in my videos. Pretty much, no, we covered the introduction. Let's see in the next session some practice session and practical exercise, and then we can go for next sessions. Thank you, everyone. Take care.